Hi team, I hope you're all well. Today is Monday. What date is it? It's the 14th of July. And I thought we could start a new weekly vlog. We are going to start this off with some B-roll of what I got up to over the weekend. It was Jade's hen do weekend in London this weekend. So Friday, Saturday, come home Sunday. And it was absolutely phenomenal. My throat is still hurting. My body hurt so much. We did so much walking, but it was absolutely incredible. Jade's maid of honor did an incredible job. Shout out to her because it was just insanely good. I don't think it could have gone better. Honestly, it was so good. I had the best time. I think Jade had a fabulous time as well. So I didn't go with the intention of vlogging at all for the weekend. I did not take this camera. Everything I filmed this weekend was on my phone. I was filming mostly for our memories for Jade, but I do have some clips that I would like to use because we did go to a couple bookstores. I didn't get a lot in there because again I was trying to live in the moment, and everything I was filming was mostly for memories, but there are a few clips that I did get. So on Friday I travelled down to London. We started off with the train actually being delayed to a point that I was going to miss my connection. And then the Hindu goddess was like, no, she's got shit to do. So she delayed my second train so I could catch it. So I managed to get to London, meet up with the girls, and we then nipped to Sainsbury's. And then, well, we waited for Gav, and then we nipped to Sainsbury's while Jade's maid of honor and mum went to the apartment to decorate, which was absolutely stunning. It was beautiful. The decorations were gorgeous. And then in the evening we went to go and watch Six the Musical. Now I'm not a musical fiend at all. I enjoy them when I go see them. I haven't seen a lot. I've seen like the War Horse at the Lowry. I think I've seen the Lion King, but I can't remember what else I've seen. I've seen War of the Worlds as well, actually, at the MEN Arena in Manchester, but I haven't been, you know, down to London and seeing a musical or anything. So this was all new for me. I had no idea what Six the Musical was about until it started, and I suddenly realised what it was about. But it was incredible. We were on the second row. I don't know how Ash managed to bag those seats, but it was so good. And the minute the girls came on stage, I was in complete awe. I was grinning from ear to ear the whole time. It was so much fun, and I've not been able to stop singing since I got home. So had an absolute blast with that. I think Jade was buzzing her little head off because she was having the most fun. She was singing along. She was having a belting time. So we did that on Friday night. Then on Saturday, we got up. We had a little bit to eat in the morning, not too much, but we got up quite early-ish for us anyway. And we went and did a little bit of book shopping. We went mooching around in the morning. Then we went and had a bottomless brunch, which was fun. And then we went and did Monopoly Lifesize, which was so much fun. We ended up being split up. So we're in two different teams. So I was with Gav and Freddie, and then Jade was with her mum, maid of honor, Cece. So we were split up. We were with other people, which was fun, to be fair. And our team ended up winning. Me, Gav and Freddie ended up winning, which was so nice. Might be the first time I've ever won at Monopoly, in all honesty. So that was fun. And then we went back to the apartment. We had showers, got changed, had a couple of pre-drinks, and then we went to a Mexican for tea because Jade loves Mexican food. And then we went to karaoke, and I was so nervous about this. Karaoke is not my jam in the slightest. Watching as a viewer or doing it, especially not doing it. I'd rather watch, but especially not doing it. I thought this was going to be like a general karaoke bar and we were going to be on a stage and singing to all the patrons. No. It is you rent a booth. So it was so much fun. I have never had so much fun doing karaoke in my life. It usually turns me in, makes me want to turn my skin inside out. I hate karaoke. But that was so much fun. Hence the reason why my voice is so, because I was singing along to all of the songs that I knew. And then I did do a couple of songs as well, which is not my thing at all. But it was hilarious and I had so much fun. We had many a drink on Saturday night, and then Sunday we were going home. So we had to clear the flat out, pack our bags up, and then we went home. So yeah, when I got back, Andy was picking me up from Warrington, because the wait at Warrington to then get to Newton, which is my closest station, was 49 minutes, and it's only a 20-minute drive. So he came to pick me up, but for some reason came in my car. He'd been to like the car boot and everything in the morning with his mom and stepdad, and the car was fine. He got to Warrington, parked up at the car park, and then the car wouldn't start. So that was fun. And after about 25 minutes and us trying to get breakdown out, it eventually started. So I just got the car home. So I need to sort that out this week. That's on my to-do list this week. So that's everything that we did over the weekend for J10do. A lot of fun. And like I say, the clips, they are for the most part memories. I didn't get loads and loads for a vlog specifically. So just putting them in this vlog to kick the vlog off. So I actually think I might put them here so you can enjoy those, and then get into what it is that I'm up to this week. So I will leave that here now, and then I'll come back and tell you what we're about to do. To the left. To the left. To the left. Play ball. Life-size Monopoly.
Am I about to become a dog? Are you going to put me in jail?
Second with 2.4 million. It's the rubber duck.
Yes!
40,000 Monopoly pounds more. 2.44 million.
Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed that. So as far as reading is concerned this week, here's how my week is looking. I have every single video, all 3, because I'm uploading 3 this week. All of them are filmed, edited, uploaded, scheduled, and ready to go. And I've just filmed a video ready for actually not even next week, but the week after. So your girl, is ahead. So this week I've decided, after Summerween, and considering Summerween was back to back with Egypt, in which I read a lot there as well, and I was mood reading to be fair, but I read a lot in Egypt. I read quite a bit for Summerween and it didn't go quite as planned. I did have a couple 4 stars, but it didn't go quite as planned. I had quite a few DNFs and a couple of low rated books as well. I've decided I'm going to mood read this week. So I'm looking forward to that. I may even start filming for a couple of other different vlogs as well. So there might be some books this week that I'm reading that I'm not actually reading during this vlog. I have no work to do because I've done it all. Other than paperwork, like admin stuff, I've done all of my work. So I've decided, actually, what time is it? Because I've got, oh yeah, it's only 7:20. Don't with me. It's 7:20. I think it's going to piss it down today. I need to sort the washing out as well. I've already put a wash in. I need to put that on a spin. I don't think I can hang that up today though, so that could have been a mistake, because I do think it's going to rain today, which will be glorious to be fair. But yeah, I want to mood read this week. I feel like that's what I need in my system. So I could be reading books this week. All I have to do this week is read. I do have 2 days with my dad, but all I have to do this week is read. And I'm wanting to take it kind of chill. We've got no plans for the weekend. I've no doubt we will do something, but I am kind of wanting to take it a little bit chill. So we'll see how that goes. But the first thing that I am currently reading is Carl's Doomsday Scenario by Matt Dinniman. This is a book that I did get while I was in London. I also picked up Solo Leveling Volume 12 and Business Proposal Volume 9 as well. Thought I'd just mention those as well because I didn't. But I picked both of those up in London. Those are the 3 books that I got during our book shopping trips because we went to Waterstones and Forbidden Planet. But yeah, I did pick up Carl's Doomsday Scenario. It was a reasonable price in Forbidden Planet. It was £21.99, but with £3 off, so I got it for £18.99, which is a bargain for these books, honest to God. So I did pick this one up, and I decided on the train home that I was going to read it. So this is book 2 in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. I loved book 1. It was very, very fun. So this is book 2, and I'm currently 91 pages in. That's how far I got on the train home yesterday, which was a 2-hour journey from London to Warrington. I was dicking around for about the first 35 minutes, so I didn't start it straight away. But this one is join Carl and his ex-girlfriend's cat, Princess Donut, as they fight fantastical creatures and deadly mobs to make it to the next level and build the kind of fan following the Dungeon Masters can't ignore. In the second book in the smash hit Dungeon Crawler Carl series by Matt Dinniman. Greetings, crawlers. The training levels have concluded. Now the games may truly begin. This one does follow Carl, and like it mentions his ex-girlfriend's cat, Princess Donut. She's like a show cat, and essentially in the first book he was going to steal his ex-girlfriend's show cat and move away from where he lives and start fresh because his ex-girlfriend had left him. So that was his plan, and one night Princess Donut ends up managing to get out of the window for some reason, and he follows her out to try and chase her down, and all of a sudden the building disappears. It doesn't just disappear, it gets sucked into the ground, and every building around him gets sucked into the ground, and all of a sudden he's in this weird kind of place where like he's on the surface of the earth and there's no more buildings left, and now he's being directed to go underground, and basically everything's been turned into a dungeon underground. This is like a TV show now for aliens and he has to get through each of these levels and essentially level up as a person, and you can, you know, get points for different things, strength, stamina, this, that, the other, in different ways. And yeah, you can get to a point where other people start sponsoring you and sending you gifts and things like that. Think like the Hunger Games, but not as serious. It's like way more fun, but I think it's an RPG as well. So I'm just having so much fun with it. I'm having a real good time with it. I really enjoyed the first one. I think I gave it 4 or 4.5 stars. So I do want to continue on with the series, and I'm actually obsessed with how these books look. So they look so pretty on the shelves. They do get bigger and bigger and bigger though. They had like up to, I think, book for 6 or something in Forbidden Planet, and they get massive. But yeah, this is the shortest one I think out of all of them. So I am currently 90 pages into that one. So I will be reading that this week. I think I'm going to try and finish this today maybe. And then I've just found a piece of Jade's hair on my leg. That must have come out of that book. Very pink. Anywho, I also want to read, I'm going to have to get the synopsis for this because I've got it on my Kindle. This is another one that's Gav's fault, because Dungeon Crawler Carl was Gavin's fault. And then I picked the second one up because it was such a good price. I wouldn't have got it from Forbidden Planet otherwise, but it was such a good price I had to pick it up. But this one is Death and Other Occupational Hazards by Veronica DePunt. I have it on my Kindle. It was $2.99 on Kindle. So I did get a Kindle copy, but Gav was telling me about it while we were in Waterstones, while we were in London, and then he saw it again in Forbidden Planet, and I was like, I think you need to pick that up. I can't remember if he did or not, but I said to him, second time now, I feel like you should pick that up. It sounded so much fun, and I am in the mood for that. So, her job is to die for, literally. Most people think that when they meet death, it'll be a skeleton in a black potato sack, maybe with a scythe. Truth is, she's just a woman doing a job and she's very good at it. But when death takes a much needed break to live on Earth, things start to go terribly wrong. Someone's killing people not on her list, well, not yet anyway, and it's down to her to find the culprit before it's too late. To make matters worse, her sanctimonious sister, Life, who death hasn't got on with in a millennia, won't stop blaming her. And then there's the slight problem of the charming, sexy, parasitologist she's suspicious of, but she'll be fine, right? After all, who's better to investigate a murder than death itself? It sounds really fun, so I'm really looking forward to this one. Had I seen that in the shop, there's no way I'd have even picked it up to read the synopsis. I'm not going to lie. So this sounds really fun. And again, also Gavin's fault. So I want to pick that up this week. And then the other one that I've got my eye on, but this could change, so I'm not going to read the synopsis for you, is Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V. Schwab. I'm really in the mood for this. This edition though, I'm not going to lie, I do not like. I'm not a fan of what Fairly have done with this at all. So I have got a normal copy coming today because I don't want to read this edition specifically on the basis that if I do like this book, regardless of whether I like it or not, I think I'm going to get rid of this edition. So I don't really want to read this one so that I can sell it, you know, in good condition rather than me having wrecked the pages a wee bit by reading it. So I have got myself a normal copy and that's coming today. So that's the other thing that I know for sure that I want to read this week, but we'll see how it goes. So those are my plans for the week. Mood reading. Like I say, with it being mood reading, that could all change. I may pick up some manga. I may pick up something actually on my TBR. I'm kind of in the mood for Sundown Motel, so I may pick that up as well. But like I say, I may also start picking up books for other vlogs that I want to film in the background. So we'll see how that goes. But those are my plans for this week. For the most part, I will be reading. I don't really have any work to get on with because I've done it all for the week. So I may edit this vlog as I'm going. Just to keep me going with some work. But yeah, that's what's going on. It's probably a good thing that I got those videos filmed, edited, scheduled and ready to go because my voice is starting to hurt a little bit. I did film a video before this, but it is starting to hurt a little bit. So yeah, this could just be maybe a not ridiculously happy video. I don't know what else I'm going to get done this week. Like I said, I need to get the car sorted. I need to get back on with wedding planning. And there is a bit of admin I could get on with as well. So other than that, I want to get back up with the shop as well. Get back up and running with the shop, Daisy and B shop. So we'll probably be doing that this week as well. We don't have any new stock, but I want to get shifted some of the stock that I do have before we start doing any more new stock again. So I would like to just try and get some of this lot shifted that I've already got. So I want to try and get on with that this week as well. Get some new photos done for Instagram, get the shop opened back up. It's been on holiday mode since I went to Egypt, so it's been on holiday mode for a couple of weeks now, so that would be nice. But yeah, for the most part it's going to be admin, the shop, reading. I may end up going down to the couch for a good chunk of today. I am doing patron sprints from 9:30. Need to nip out and get my sister-in-law's birthday present from Boots, but other than that I've nothing else planned. So let's get on with the week, shall we? Hello, it's 2:20 on Monday afternoon and I has finished Carl's Doomsday Scenario by Matt Dinnerman. This was so much fun and I gave it 5 stars. This was a lot of fun. I feel like this one was maybe a little bit more violent than the first one, at least more detailed in the violence than the first one, a lot more gory. There were a couple more times where I was like, ugh, in this one. But I had a really good time with it. I will say, Matt Dinnerman knows how to make you continue a series. That's for damn sure. The cliffhangers that are left on this, they're not even cliffhangers. It's almost like you're left halfway through a chapter. He's just like, yeah, let's cut off at this point and we will literally start from that point in the next book. But regardless, loved it. Loved the characters. I'm obsessed with Carl and Princess Donut and the other characters that we're now being introduced to as well that look like they're going to be staples within the series. So I'm having a very good time with this one. I really enjoy it. Love the writing style as well and having a great time. I have downloaded book 3 onto my Kindle while I wait for I have an affiliate with Books Please, but my personal discount code isn't working, so I've sent them a message to say, well, to let them know and see if they can either fix it or it's not supposed to work anymore, just so I know what's going on. But if it's a problem with the code and they're going to reset it for me, I can get the 3rd one from Books Please for a reasonable discount. So that's great, which is what I'm waiting for. But until then, it's on Kindle Unlimited and I will read it on there instead. Not sure when, but yeah, this is where I'm up to. So 5 stars for book 2 in this series. And I have made a decision actually that I'm going to do a Keep It or Yeet It episode 6 soon. So what I'm actually going to do is, instead of, I'll probably still read this week, but it won't be in this vlog. Because I know I mentioned it at the beginning, so it won't be in this vlog. And I think what I might end up reading instead for this vlog is The Adventure Zone. We're in like a proper gaming, bookish gaming world right now. The Adventure Zone, The 11th Hour, which is volume 5 of this series. This is on my TBR for highest rated on Goodreads. And yeah, it's time I got to this one. So I'll probably try and make my way through this week as well. And then also the other book that I mentioned earlier on, which was Death and Other Hazardous something or other. Should picture of it here. So yeah, I will let you know once I've started something else. I'm actually going to pick something else for a different vlog up right now. This is what's going to happen this week. I'm going to be starting a couple of different vlogs. I'm going to be reading stuff for this one, which is going to be my mood reading vlog. But yeah, I'm going to go into this, I think. So I will pick this up next and let you know how it's going on. I'm excited. I love this series. This is like again, an RPG game. It is based on the Blockbuster podcast where the McElroy brothers and their dad play tabletop RPG, and illustrated by cartooning powerhouse Carrie Pitesh. The Adventure Zone, The 11th Hour is a thrilling new chapter in the series. So yeah, you get like the dungeon master, who is this guy who pops in every now and then we have our main characters, but the illustrations are just stunning. Like, look how pretty this is. And I've really enjoyed the series so far. So it's actually no surprise, really, that I enjoy the Dungeon Crawler Cal series, realistically. So yeah, that's what I'm going to move on to next, I think. Hello, it is Wednesday. I didn't update you yesterday. I was at work, and when I got home, I could not be bothered to read. So I didn't, essentially, is what happened here. What did I do last night? I think I read... Oh, I did read a little bit in bed last night, but in the day, I didn't read anything. In the morning, before I went to work, I did edit the video that I filmed on Monday. So I edited that, and then I was able to export it and get it loaded while I was at work. Then I was at work for the day, and then I came home and I actually just binge watched some YouTube. So that's what I was in the mood for yesterday. This morning I have gotten up with Andy, so it's currently 20 to 9 in the morning. I have been up since 5:30. Part of me thinks that was a mistake. I am absolutely shattered, I'm not gonna lie. So here's what's going on, update on my reading. I have been reading The Last One at the Wedding by Jason Rekulak. I'll show a picture of it here because it's on my Kindle. And I am currently 54% into this. I'm 195 pages in. I'm in the middle of a chapter, but I was supposed to be reading this for a different video. So it was a book that I was reading in the background of this vlog for a different video that I've like literally started with this book. And I'm at a point where I don't think I'm in the mood to film that video anymore. So I'm actually going to scrap the video as a whole, and we're just going to leave the book in this vlog instead. And I'm here to tell you that I'm actually DNFing said book as well. So this book is supposed to be a thriller. I've loved Hidden Pictures by Jason Rekulak before, which was a horror. Absolutely loved that book. I thought it was fantastic. Thought it was very good, very twisty, very dark, very spooky. Gave me all of the feelings. This one, I went into it not expecting the same thing as Hidden Pictures, because it's pitched as a thriller, not a horror, but expecting similar, maybe. However, it is incredibly different. We are following Frank, and he gets a call one day from his estranged daughter, Maggie, who tells him that she's getting married and she wants him to come to the wedding. The wedding is going to be held at her partner's parents' camp, and essentially he decides to go with his sister Tammy and her newly fostered daughter, and they go to the camp. And things are weird. His daughter seems to be keeping things from him. She's quite evasive with stuff. And there is also a mystery element to it of this woman, Dawn Taggart, I think she's called, that is MIA and has some affiliate with Maggie's fiance. So that's the situation that we're in. I am currently 54% into this book, and we're at a point where Frank is at the camp and he's been exploring a little bit. He's overheard a conversation between, I can't remember what her partner's called because I literally don't care, but he's heard a conversation between Maggie's fiance and his friend, an old friend of his from uni, that seemed a little bit suspicious. This Dawn Taggart thing keeps coming up. His daughter does seem to be a little bit evasive. His Maggie's fiance's mum is MIA. She suffers with migraines, can totally relate, but she seems to just be spending, she's spent like the last 2 or 3 days, she's had the migraine, she's now got the migraine hangover. She spent the last couple of days in the house, nobody has seen her, Frank hasn't met her yet. So Errol, I remember his name, Errol, Maggie's father-in-law to be, is the owner of a very, very, very well-off company that's doing really, really well that Maggie actually works for. So that's what's going on with this story. What I will say is it's not a thriller. It is a family domestic mystery, I would say. And it's just not what I thought it was going to be at all. It's not got the suspense element for me. I don't particularly care for the characters. Frank is quite a dull character and we follow from his perspective solely. I think I am at a point where I'm starting to get a look-see into what's going on with Maggie from a situation that Frank has just told us about from the past. So I think I'm starting to get a look-see into that a little bit, but not enough that I care. I think all of the characters in this book are pretty insufferable. And I just feel like a couple of the characters are kind of pointless as well. And I'm just not sure why they're involved and so heavily involved too. So I'm just finding it a little bit of a struggle. I'm just not enjoying myself at all. None of the characters are likeable and I don't really care for the plot. I'm not too interested in what's going on. I don't really care where the plot is going. And I think I'm going to DNF this book 54% in. I don't know what's going on with me at the moment. I seem to have, because I'm DNFing a lot of books. I DNF'd 4 books in total throughout Summerween, 3 of which were in the last 3 days of the vlog, of the week. And I seem to be, but what's happening is I'm allowing myself to get further into books before I'm DNFing them. And I don't know why. Maybe it's because I keep waiting for the story to like kick in or the plot to kick in or it to get more interesting. I don't know, but I'm losing my rag with myself with having a bit more patience than I normally would. Like I've wasted quite a few hours on reading this so far. So yeah, I don't know. I'm a little bit frustrated with that. It's an arc that I had as well. It's been out for a little while now, but it did come out this year. But it's an arc I had as well, and I didn't want to have to do another DNF on an arc because I recently DNF'd The Reaper by Jackson P. Brown, and that was an arc I had too. So yeah, I'm a little bit sad about it, but I've just lost my patience with it entirely, and I think on that basis, I've then decided that I don't want to do the vlog anymore than I was doing it for. It was for a vlog reading books featuring weddings that I was going to upload on the 31st of July for our 1 year till the wedding anniversary. That's what I was going to do it for, but I have no interest in doing that video anymore now because I've lost my rag with this book. So that is the thing that's happened. I did have a quick look-see on Goodreads, as I always do. A lot of glowing reviews for this book. However, a lot of the reviews do say if you go into expecting something similar to Hidden Pictures or actually go into it thinking this is going to be a thriller, you're going to be sorely disappointed. That would be me, I am she. But also there are quite a few like 1 and 2 star reviews for this book as well, and all of them are saying the same things that I am feeling. So that's all the encouragement that I needed to DNF this one. So I have DNF'd the last one at the wedding. It is what it is. At least I'm shifting books off of my TBR. I suppose. And then I have also picked up The Adventure Zone, The 11th Hour, which I said I was going to be picking up. The last one at the wedding was not one that I was supposed to be picking up during this vlog, but alas, I was picking it up during another vlog, and now it's being involved in this one so that you know my review on it. The Adventure Zone, The 11th Hour, though, I am currently, I think it's 159 pages into it. I'm on chapter 109. So I'm quite a ways in, started this morning, and I'm going to try and finish it off today, and then I can kind of move on to something else as well. I am reading a different book for a different vlog in the background. I'm trying to film for 2 different vlogs. One of them I have now scrapped. The other one is Keep It or Eat It. And obviously I'm reading Bury My Bones in the Midnight Soil. I mentioned it at the beginning of the video, so it's not a secret. But I'm now reading it for Keep It or Eat It. So, yeah, I'm going to continue on with this, I think. And I do have to take the car to the garage across the road from my house at 10 o'clock. And I need to go and pick up Tara's birthday present and a card for her as well. It's her birthday on Saturday, but they're going away to Scotland for the week with my parents. So I need to go and pick those up so that I can give them to her tomorrow when I go to work. So that's something I'm going to drop the car off. I don't know if it's a situation where I stay with the car. It needs a diagnostic running and I don't know how long that takes. So I don't know if I stay with the car or not, but I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to go, whether I need to wait or not, I'll either walk to Boots to go and pick a present up and the card shop, or I'll wait till the car's finished and then I'll just drive over. I can walk it, but if I'm already in the car, it makes no sense to come back here to drop the car off and then walk. I might as well just go in the car. So I'm going to do both of those things at around 10ish. It is currently 8:48, so I'm thinking I'm just going to try and finish this off, and then I can get started with death and other occupational hazardous occupations. Whatever the hell the title is for that book, because I keep forgetting what it is. I will get started on with that, I think. Or I might spend the rest of the afternoon making my way through Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. Or I might dip in and out of them both. We'll see. Or I'll start something else, because that's who I am as a person right now. I am dipping in and out of all kinds of books at the moment, and it's driving me nuts. So anyway, I'm going to go and do this. I'm enjoying it so far. It is volume 5. I can't tell you too much about what's going on in this one because I don't want to spoil anything, but just letting you know I'm reading it. I will say as well, this was actually on my TBR, the last one at the wedding. This is also actually on my TBR. The only thing that I have now pulled out of TBR jars that's on my July TBR that I still need to finish is the Sundown Motel. It's the only thing left. I did have a couple of books that I wanted to mood read throughout the month, which were Metal Slinger and also Silver Cloak. My intention is still to pick those up, but actually officially on my June TBR, once I've finished this, 1 book left, which is great news. And I think I'm going to potentially try and get to it for my 24-hour timer challenge next week. We'll see. So yeah, I'm going to go and get on with this, and I will check back in with you later. Good morning. It is Friday. I did not come back to you on Wednesday, and I didn't speak to you at all yesterday. This seems to be a theme in this vlog. I speak to you, the next day I don't speak to you. I speak to you, the next day I don't speak to you. So let's see how the next couple of days go. I did, in fact, finish The Adventure Zone, The 11th Hour. I really enjoyed this one. I ended up giving it 4.5 stars. I always have a good time with this series, and I always forget when I go a long period of time between when I go a long time between volumes, I always forget just how much I enjoy it. So, had a really good time with this one, and very much so enjoyed it. 4.5 stars. I am excited to continue on with the series. I believe there's supposed to be 7 volumes in total. So I do have volume 6. I don't know when volume 7's coming out. It's rumoured that it's meant to be this year, but there's still no date on it. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But 4.5 stars for this one. I have managed to now read that. And I don't know if I'm going to get to, I told you at the beginning of this vlog, which is why I've got to stop doing this, that I want to read Death and Other Occupational Hazards, I think it's called. I think I keep calling it Other Hazardous Occupations, which makes no sense. It kind of does, but also it doesn't. So Occupational Hazards makes way more sense. Does it? I think it does. I'm sure that's what it's called. I'm not in the mood to go into that now. I've picked up a couple of other books for different vlogs, so I'm like picking those up instead. So I've decided to go for something a little bit shorter, and I have made the decision to go for Carmilla, which I will show a picture of it on the screen. I've got it on my Kindle, but I've also got the audiobook on BookBeat, and it's not too long. It's a very shorty patooty, and I feel like I should be picking this up as someone who has, you know, enjoys a good Dracula retelling or Carmilla retelling and has never read Carmilla. I probably should read it. I never knew that this came before Dracula, and Dracula was inspired by this. It's also a classic, so it ticks off that for me for the month as well, because I haven't read one yet this month. So this says, when the tale begins, a strange and sudden malady is claiming the lives of the local peasants in Styria. Laura, an innocent girl of 18, lives a lonely life there with her loving father and 2 governesses. Then a dramatic coach crash on Laura's doorstep brings a mysterious, beautiful but languorous young woman to stay with them. This is Carmilla. Carmilla becomes deeply attached to Laura and embarrasses her with her wild outbursts of affection. Laura is deeply drawn to her but also repulsed. When Laura falls gradually ill, exhausted and melancholic, she's unaccountably loath to tell anyone. She has vivid dreams, one of huge black cat prowling her bedroom, another of being kissed and caressed. Eventually her mother's voice warns her to beware the assassin, revealing Carmilla in a blood-stained nightgown. Innocently, Laura interprets this as a sign that Carmilla is being murdered. She rouses the household, but when they break down the door to her room, Carmilla is gone. Dun, dun, dun. I believe it's sapphic, which is exciting. It's like 3 hours and 20 minutes or 3 hours and 10 minutes on audio or something, so it shouldn't take me too long to get through, and I thought that that would be a good read. It gets a classic off my TBR, and it was one that I wanted to pick up during Summerween, but just didn't get around to picking it up. So yeah, I wanted something a little bit shorter, something I can guarantee that I will finish by the end of this vlog. Because this is the other reason why I didn't want to pick up death and other hazardous occupations, because I couldn't guarantee that I would get it finished before the vlog finishes on the weekend. So I don't know what my plans are this weekend. Andy's just nipped out to go to his mum's. He's got a package for her, so he's nipped out to go to his mum's, and then he's got to nip to work to sort something out at work. I was going to go with him, but we didn't know how long it would take for him at work, and I didn't want to have to sit in the car. So I'm going to try and get some reading in now, try and smash a little bit of reading out while he's out. And the rest of the weekend, it's my sister-in-law's birthday tomorrow, but they're going to Scotland with my parents. His mum is working, so we literally have no plans, and the people that we would usually spend time with on the weekend are all MIA. So we don't have anything planned, so I don't know what we're going to do. We mentioned potentially going to the cinema to watch Jurassic Park, the new one. But then I also spotted that the F1 movie is still out, so I don't know whether that's a thing that we might end up doing. We tend not to go too much. Me and Andy used to go a lot. We both had unlimited cards for Cineworld for a period of time, and when this was literally like 10 years ago, and we would, on his days off, because he used to work nights, on his days off we would go watch a movie, go and have some lunch at one of the pubs like near the cinema, and then go watch another movie. We'd do like a double feature, and we used to love doing that. And I used to go with my dad at least once a week to the cinema as well, because he also had an unlimited card. And then like Andy changed his job, and then COVID hit, and you know, we cancelled our cards during COVID. I mean, they were put on pause anyway, and we were never charged for them, but then we cancelled when it all, like, I don't know, the cinema just wasn't doing as well, and it is a shame, and I just don't know if it's ever really picked back up, and it is quite expensive now without this, like, the unlimited card. So we tend not to go too much, but I feel like the new Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, whatever the hell it's called, would be a good one to watch in the cinema. Have heard very mixed things. I go into the Jurassic Park and World movies just expecting vibes and a good time. Do you know what I mean? It's like when I pick up some of my romance books, I'm not expecting a literary masterpiece by any means. I'm expecting vibes and a good time, and that's all I'm expecting from the Jurassic World movie. Jurassic Park / World movies. They're some of my favourites. I never remember what happens in the second one, but regardless, I would class the entire franchise as a favourite franchise of mine. I just always have a good time. No matter what it is that's happening, I'm always having a good time. And that's all I want from the movie. So I'm not going in expecting too much. I have heard mixed things, but alas, we may do that. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I'll keep you posted. So yeah, finish the Adventure Zone and I'm going to move on to Carmilla, I think. So that will be my next read for this vlog. It may be my final read. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I did go to bed quite early last night, about 7:30, with the intention of reading. I did not. I then went to sleep about 11:30. I was dicking around on my phone, doom scrolling, and then found a new game to play on my phone. So I played that for like an hour and a half. And now I'm mad at myself because I'm in between 2 very chunky books for 2 other different vlogs, and I made no progress on either of them last night. So today we're going to try and get in. I'm going to try and get in as much reading as I possibly can while Andy's out, as much as I possibly can. So let's go ahead and do that, shall we? Okay, hello. I am here to wrap this vlog up. I feel like this vlog has not gone as well as I hoped it would. I feel like the beginning went a lot better than the middle and the end of this video. I will say, I think recovery from the weekend from Jade's hen do took me a little bit longer than I anticipated it would do. I am feeling still, it is now Monday the 21st, I am still feeling a little bit rough. I'm not gonna lie, not like hungover rough, but like recovery rough. I am in my mid-30s now, so a night out takes me a long time to recover from. That was a whole weekend out, and I think I have just found myself feeling exhausted this week. I have slept so much. Like, I've been going to bed at like 10, and then I've been waking up around 7ish, and then I've been falling back asleep till like 10, and I've been getting maybe 12 hours of sleep or 11 hours of sleep, which for me is a lot of hours. So I'm starting to feel a little bit rough in the throat. I think I'm a bit run down, I'm not gonna lie. So I do think this vlog started out better than it ended. I did manage to get a couple of things read, but I've also DNF'd a couple of things as well. I did not, in fact, move on to Carmilla, so my apologies for even mentioning it. I shouldn't have done that. But let's just run through with you exactly what I did read. So on my train home from London on the Sunday, I did start Cal's Doomsday Scenario by Matt Dinnerman, and I finished that on Monday. I gave this 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. It was fantastic. All I've wanted to do, in all honesty, is just continue on with this series. I don't think anything's holding my attention as well as this series is at the moment, and I'm not sure what's going on with me. I don't know if I'm in a slight slump maybe, or maybe just a little bit of a life ditch, if you like, where I'm just, I've got a lot of things going on. My mind is going 100 miles an hour, and I'm just trying to slowly but surely work my way through a couple of those things so that I can get back on track in my head, and also recovering from the weekend. So, you know, there is that too. But yeah, I gave this one 5 stars, really enjoyed it. Just want to continue on with the series, in all honesty. Then I did try The Last One at the Wedding by Jason Rekulak. I want to say Matt Rekulak. That's not correct. This is Matt. This is Jason. By Jason Rekulak. I gave this a very good try, but didn't like it, so I did DNF this one, unfortunately. I am sad about it, but it is what it is. Then I picked up The Adventure Zone, The 11th Hour by the McElroys, and I gave this one 4.5 stars. I had a good time with it. Looking forward to continuing on with the series. I do have volume 6, so I can do that, and then I've just got to wait for volume 7, whenever that is going to come out. And then the last thing that I did actually go back to is a book that I have been reading since the beginning of June. And it's taken me it's taken me a month and a half to get to this point with it. And it's King of Hearts by Vike Peters. Now, I don't know if this is a me problem or this is the book's problem. This is a sports romance, and we basically have Anna and... is he called Andy? I think he's called Andy. Anna and Andy. Anna is she works for a newspaper, but she's not actually a reporter. She is an editor. And Andy is a Australian Aussie rules footballer or something. So it's set in Sydney, and it's football, but it's Aussie rules, not NFL or, you know, football. What we call football in the UK, what other people call soccer. Football makes way more sense. You kick the ball with your foot. Anyway, that's an argument for another day. So he plays Aussie rules. Now, the thing is, Andy hates the media. He hates reporters and all of this shit. So he does his best to avoid it. But one day he agrees, because it's in his contract, he has to do it. He agrees that he will sit down and have a conversation with this magazine. So he's supposed to actually sit down with the reporter within the magazine. But I think she's ill one day and Anna gets sent in her place. Now she's like, dude, this is not my job. What do you mean? Her boss is a wanker. Dickhead Duncan, I think they call him, or something. So she ends up going, and because she doesn't know Andy, she doesn't know the sport, she doesn't understand anything, she doesn't really know what she's supposed to be doing there, the whole thing is completely fumbled. And Andy kind of sees it as a little bit endearing, and he kind of likes that she's not like, you know, all over him like a rash and obsessed with him and all of this shit. So he kind of agrees to do this feature with her, but only with her. He doesn't want the reporter back. So it kind of goes from there, and a romance starts to build. This book, I am like 130 pages in or something. I'm like 33% in, and it is a slow burn, let me tell you. But it's a really, really, really slow burn. And because it's taken me a month and a half just to get to this point, the romance still hasn't started. Because it's taken me a month and a half to get to this point, I think I'm just kind of over it. So I've DNF'd this one as well. There was nothing other than that. I don't think there was necessarily anything wrong with it. I was just starting to get really bored. It's something that I could potentially come back to. There is potential for me to do so. The only reason I was picking it up, because I'd never heard of it before, the only reason I was picking it up is Cece put it on my 12 books from 12 friends. So now I'm DNFing it. There's potential for me to come back to it at some point, but otherwise it was just too slow for me and I just wasn't having a good time. So yeah, that's one that I have. Another one that I've DNF'd. I've DNF'd a lot this month. I'm not going to lie. I have DNF'd so much. That's my 7th DNF of the month. Shocking. So yeah, that's the thing that I'm doing, DNFing books left, right and centre. I think we can see that I am clearly getting to a point where I'm running out of patience and I'm potentially hitting burnout. So I need to be mindful of that going forward, I think. So yeah, I don't know, we'll see what happens. But I hope that this vlog turns out okay. I've only edited the first portion of it so far, which went great. So I'm really hoping the rest of it goes okay. But we'll have to see. Hopefully you have enjoyed this. I did read a couple of things and enjoyed a couple of things. Like both of these got a 5 and a 4.5 star. That went well. It would appear that I need to be continuing on with the RPG and D&D stuff. So hilarious, because I don't play top table RPG or D&D. I wouldn't even know what the fuck I'm doing with it, in all honesty. So that's funny. But yeah, enjoying both of these so far. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Chat to me in the comments down below. What have you been reading recently? Have you DNF'd anything recently? Let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye for now.